Hello, I'm Shwani. This is the Curly Bookworm. Welcome. I'm doing something different today. I'm doing a wrap up, but like in the mid month because I want to talk a little bit more about the books that I read, and I don't get to do that if I do the whole month, and so I'm just testing this out for now. So far this month, I have read two books, and I'm in the middle of like a bunch of different books. One I'm going to finish today, and I want to talk about it because it's amazing. I really, really like it. So this one is Dirty Pretty Things by Michael Forde. This is a book of poetry. It is super, super, super beautiful. He is married to Langleaf. I don't know if you know that, which I just found out. I don't know why because I follow her on Instagram. I'm going to read a bunch of poems out to you just because it's so good. This is Lost, which is just a single line. Lost is a lovely place to find yourself. Lost words. A midnight scribble, a morning sigh. You watch the words curl up and die. Madness lives inside your head of poems lost and pages dead. A mind possessed by unmade books, unwritten lines on empty books. I love this book. I love it. I'm like, as you can see, pretty much halfway through it. I don't even want to get done with it because it's such a good book and I just feel like I'm devouring it too fast. But yeah. Unfortunately, that's pretty much the only good luck that I had this month because the other two books that I read were either average or like definitely less than average. So this one is How to Be Good by Nick Hornby. It's good, but I don't know how to feel about it. Let me tell you about what this book is about. So this book is narrated by this woman who is middle-aged. She has two children. She lives in London with her husband. She is a doctor, and her husband's this sarcastic column writer called The Angriest Man in London or something like that in a newspaper. And he's apparently really nasty as a person. He's just like full of negativity and cynicism, and he's just like a meanie. She basically is sleeping with somebody else, and she asks him for a divorce because she realized that this is kind of like a shitty marriage. And then there's a strange thing that happens where he goes and gets some kind of therapy, and then he becomes this whole other person. And now he just wants to be a really good person. Like he wants to take in the homeless and feed the beggars and be like this world saver. And she doesn't know how to deal with that because she's like, hey, 1 second. Um, I wanted you to be nicer. I want you to be nicer to me and to the world in general. But like now you're just being creepy. Apparently, I'm married to Mother Teresa all of a sudden. So there's some really interesting questions that the book poses, and I thought that was the nice thing about the book, where it talks about society. I mean, we give to charity, we give donations, we give books that we don't want or clothes that we don't want to wear. But do we really do enough? Do we have too much? These are questions that this book kind of picks up because while he's doing all these amazing things, she's just like, hey, don't give away shit in my house. But then, what is the argument that she has? In that sense, it's a really interesting book. But for a lot of the parts of this book, she is just on and on, ranting and raving about how she's confused about her marriage, about her children, about how she feels about this and that and the other. And I'm just bored. I was bored through so much of it. And every time she was just like non-stop talking, I would just skip all of those pages. But sometimes there would be like these gems of pages where they would talk about what really is it to be good, what is your responsibility towards the world and things like that, but in a very casual way. So if you feel like that kind of premise interests you, then I would suggest you pick this up. But otherwise, I rated this book like a 3 on 5, so nothing very special really. The next book that I want to talk to you about is from a series that I used to really, really like. And that went really south really fast. This is A Court of Thorns and Roses series by Sarah J. Maas. If you've been following my channel, you know that I liked the first book and I loved the second book. I even made a review about it, which I'll link here. I thought that was a fantastic book, and I thought that the plot was great and the world was explored and all of that. And everybody was looking out for the third book, which is this one. This one came out, I think, a couple of months ago, and a bunch of my friends read it, and they were like, I don't know. And so I picked it up myself this month, and I read it, and man, I'm less generous than them, let's just say, because I did not like this book. I rated it a 2 stars, only because it has some characters that I like. Apart from that, the story was shit. I'm not even joking. It was like she was bored. It was like she didn't want to go on anymore, and she herself was just like, I'm done with this series. I don't want to say anything more. And it's just kind of sad because there was so much to do and so much to say and so much to build on from the last book going on here. But then she was just like, it was boring. It was super, super boring. I was this close to DNFing this book, and I was just like, I had to like kill myself over finishing this. I've heard that this is the last in the series, and I'm so grateful for it. Yeah, I'm very sad about this. I'm really sad about being mean about this book, but I have to be true to how shit the book was, and I have to tell you guys, if you guys are planning to read it, yeah, don't go in with too much, okay? So that's about it from me. Those are three books that I read. I will come back to you by the end of the month with the second part of the reading wrap up, which is everything that I read from now till the end of the month. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share it if you think other people will be interested in any of these reviews. I will talk to you soon. Bye bye.